How's everyone doing tonight? That's what I'm talking about. Make some noise. You know, I get that question a lot. Vince, why comedy? Why humor? You know, why stand-up? And you know, I realize that the foundation of that answer is the same reason that I brush my teeth every day, the same reason I shower every day, to get laid. Plain and simple, all right? Now, comedy doesn't guarantee that I'm going to get laid, but it just betters my odds. See, I realized this at a young age. See, I'd say something funny, and every once in a while I hear this laugh. It was a... Now, this laugh to me was like someone trying to tell me, like, hey, I'm a little bit interested in you. Hey, I'm single tonight, let's do something dirty. It's a... All right. Well, it's very simple to find this, all right? Someone says something funny, I'd hear the laugh, I say something else till I found the source, right? But there's no guarantees what you'll find when you get to the source. Sometimes it was an attractive woman, score. Sometimes a not so attractive woman, Jaeger, please. Right? Every once in a while there's a guy, and it's kind of awkward. He's got a really high-pitched laugh because it's a... One time, I'm out and about, I'm trying to be myself, talking to a group of ladies. They're down here from Canada, and I hear a... I go over and introduce myself to this lady, Chris, right? She's down here because she's celebrating her new operation. She got a boob job, and it was a nice one, right? That night, I went home with her, right? The following morning, I meet up with my friend. He's like, Vince, you were so drunk last night, man. Tell me you didn't go home with that girl. I'm like, yeah, I kind of did. He's like, dude, think about it, man. That chick had broad shoulders, large hands. And I'm like, no. Come on, dude, size 14 shoes. And I'm like, oh, shit. And then he's like, what was the operation? I was like, it was a boob job. And he's like, how was it downstairs? And I was like, it was perfect. He's like, no shit. And he's like, hey, do you have a picture? And I whip out my phone, and there it is. The most obvious clue that I had missed the whole night. I had never met a Canadian, so I just assumed all Canadian women had mustaches. I was wrong. But then I'm like, Mikey is Mr. Do-Right. He is Mr. Etiquette. I'm like, Mikey, what do I do? He says, give her a phone call and just explain what's going on. I was like, that's no problem. I gave her a call and said, hey, Chris, would you mind shaving your mustache before we go out tonight? I'm just kidding, that didn't happen, okay? Alright, because I didn't have the balls to ask her to shave the mustache, so I invited her to the movies, alright? The movies, alright? There's one thing that I hate about the movies, alright? It's not the outrageous prices, it's what I call price logic. See, you go up and you ask yourself for a large soda, $10. Right? But then they follow it up with like, sir, would you like to double that for 50 cents more? I'm all $10.50 for 2 liters of soda? Now, in comparison, outside is a yellow Geo Metro that I bought. It's got some nice rims, right? I paid $7,000 for it, brand new. 2011 Geo Metro, $7,000. Had the dealership came and asked me, like, sir, would you like to have a second Geo Metro for $50 more? I would have said yes, all right? And every single time I'm at the movies, I say the same thing. Yes, I will have the Mega, the 2-liter. No one ever needs that. And what happens? You have to use the restroom and you don't. Because you don't want to miss a single thing in the movies, right? And then you end up in the restroom, all right? Which brings me to something else. What I call bathroom etiquette. For guys, it's pretty simple. Take the first urinal available. Don't talk, don't look around. And if you're wearing sandals, be prepared for some other guy to piss on your feet and don't complain about it. And it's after one of these times that I'm sitting there after drinking a Mega that I'm in the urinal, and I realize to my right, out of the corner of my eye, I notice there's a line starting to build. And to my left, there's all these empty urinals. So I look over my shoulder, there's a small child standing behind me. I'm like, okay, this is odd, right? But then the small child's like, hey motherfucker, you're in my urinal. I look down, and it's a 15-year-old midget. And I realize I'm in the handicap urinal, and there's no other urinal he can use. And he's upset. He's like, hey, honestly, asshole, you gonna just take my urinal? But then everyone who's standing in line behind him doesn't want to cut in front of the small kids like, hey, douchebag, move down. Don't be such an asshole, right? And I crack under the pressure. I pinch it off, and I sidestep. Now, obviously, this young man here, 15-year-old kid, has no idea what etiquette is, right? He's in there talking to me, he's looking at me, he's even cussing at me, and I'm an older guy, right? And I'm about to I'm like, maybe I could take this young man under my wing and teach him a little bit about etiquette, you know? As I'm sitting there, I look over, the poor little kid has sandals on, and these little raisin-sized toes are sitting there exposed, and I'm like, you know what? I could teach this young man a quick lesson and just simply let him know not to wear sandals in a public restroom. And he catches me looking over at him, he's like, hey, you pervert, quit looking at my wiener. I'm like, you know what? Some lessons are better learned the hard way. So I take my stream and I just piss all over his feet. He's a small guy, so I caught a little bit of his leg too. He's all right, you know? There's a certain type of etiquette that no one ever teaches you. I have a friend, Mikey I call him, okay? Mr. Etiquette. I said, hey Mikey, when are we gonna go golfing? He's like, it's not golfing. He's all, would you say, hey, let's go tennising? Would you go baseballing, right? Mr. Etiquette. He invites me to his house, right? And Mikey has got a smoking hot girlfriend. Her name's Wendy, right? And we're over there just having some drinks, and Wendy's like, naked pool party! Now there's two ways I can react to this. One is I can do like everyone else and just laugh it up. Ha ha ha, Wendy, you're so funny, right? No, what I do, I drop my shorts and I proceed to do a proper naked cannonball, all right? What's a proper naked cannonball? Proper naked cannonball is head first. Why? Because the last thing everyone sees as you enter the water is your balls just flying through the air. And that shit's just hilarious, you know? As I hit the water, I realize, I don't know if anyone else is in on this. And as I come up, here comes Wendy cannonballing over my head, and I get a great view of everything, right? And here comes Mr. Etiquette. Mikey steps in, eyeballs, Vince, eyeballs. And I'm like, what? He's all, it is proper etiquette to not look at a woman's genitalia when she's naked. I'm like, who makes up fucking naked pool party etiquette, you know? And you know, here's Wendy and her hot smoking friends dancing around the pool. And Mikey's all, eyeballs, Vince, eyeballs. Quit looking at my girlfriend. I'm like, all right. So then I want to add a little bit to the party, right? So I step up, I'm sitting there on the side of the pool, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do some penis tricks. There's 3 penis tricks that every guy should know. First one's simple, side to side. Second one's a little bit more complicated, takes a little bit of helicopter. Here we go. You know? Third is my favorite. Back and forth, and tuck it. Oh, it disappears. Oh, I'm a woman, look at me. Mikey, not amused. Mikey comes over and gives me a quick lecture on proper naked etiquette. Like, Vince, don't swing your dick around my girlfriend's face. Wendy decides that she wants a naked piggyback ride. She hops on my back, right? Now, a weird thing happens between 2 naked bodies, right? You get a little bit of moisture, what happens? Suction, right? Here's Wendy on my ass, and her vagina has suction to the meat of my ass. Not knowing what to do, I'm like, hey, I will just hop in the pool. Right? Partially to hide my fucking boner. And I'm sitting trying to get Wendy off my back. Mikey steps in, he's like, hands, Vince, hands. Quit touching my girlfriend. And as I'm sitting there in the surrender pose, I'm like, Mikey, Wendy's vagina's suction to my ass. And then Wendy breaks the ice with a, oh no shit, Mikey knows my stand-up. And I get asked to leave, you know? But etiquette like that, you know? Whoever prepares you for a naked pool party etiquette? Nobody, right? I think about my dad's sex talk. At age 11, I went up to my dad and said, Dad, where do babies come from? And he says, go ask your mom. And that was it. That's all I ever got, right? A more realistic sex talk would have been, son, this is the proper amount of lube to use in case you ever want to try anal. Son, let a woman take control when she's giving you head so you don't choke her out. Son, always have a safe word before you allow a woman to tie you up. That is a lesson that I learned the hard way. Fast forward 20 years from that sex talk that never happened, right? I'm out here in Las Vegas, I meet a wild pack of cougars, right? Older women. And they invite me to this cougar party. I'm like, hey, I'm in, you know? I get there and I realize it's no cougar party. It's a cougar's swingers party. And I'm like a kid in the candy store. I'm like, hell yeah, this is gonna be fun. A couple comes up to me and they're like, hey, would you like to join us for a devil's three-way? And I'm like, what's a devil's three-way? They're like, 2 guys, 1 girl, and I'm like, oh shit, score. I'm in this so good. And I'm like, wait, hold on. Who's in the middle? The ladies in the middle? Yeah, I'm still in. Oh, no, hold on. One other question. Are we making a hamburger or a hot dog here? Because see, in a hamburger, the buns don't touch. But in a hot dog, they touch from head to toe, and that's something I wasn't ready for just yet, okay? And they're like, awesome. We're gonna go get things started. Come on in whenever you're ready. And I start to realize, like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Am I gonna walk in there and there's gonna be directions for me? Is it just gonna be like double dutch and am I gonna just feel the rhythm, know where to go? Finally, I muster up the courage, and I knock on that door. No answer. I open the door and this woman is just being plowed, right? And everything stops. And they're like, take off your clothes. And I swear, for the first time in my life, I felt like that NBA All-Star step coming off the bench in the 4th quarter. Every single piece of clothing was held by one piece of Velcro. Bam! Oh, let's do this! All right? But my dad's sex talk did not prepare me for this. All right? There are rules to a devil's three-way. Rule number 1 of a devil's three-way. Don't look the other guy in the eyes. It's just freaky. Here you are, close enough to touch each other. You don't. And your peckers are pointing at each other. And you make eye contact. It is freaky. It fucks with your mind. Rule number 2 of a devil's three-way. No small talk. Here I am, I'm just trying to take care of business. I'm like, man, this is awesome. Can't wait to tell my friends about this shit, right? And the guy's like, hey, I thought you said you were Mexican. I'm like, I am. Are you a Mexican Jew? No, why? Well, I noticed you're circumcised. I'm like, oh, dude, this is... Finally, he realizes this is not comfortable, right? All right, so he quiets down. The only talking that should ever happen in a devil's three-way between 2 guys should go something like, hey, bro, that's my leg. I shouldn't have to remind you, mine's the hairy one. Thanks. Then the lady's like, hey, let's switch things up a little bit, Let's switch sides. And I'm like, all right. Rule number 3 of a devil's three-way. Don't look at the other guy's cock. Because out comes this fucking baseball bat full of, looked like made of meat, And I swear the shit was so big, it winked at me and it shrugged its balls at me and said, what's up? Fuck me. I'm an average sized guy, Maybe in a small village in China, I would whip it out and someone would yell, Godzilla! And I feel good about myself. But in this room, I was clearly outgunned. I had showed up to a gunfight with a wooden dagger. But now it's my turn to go in where this giant thing had just come out of, right? And I realized one thing. I understand the human anatomy is very flexible. Women take 4 to 6 weeks off after giving birth. She was going to be out for 5 to 6 months. Now it's my turn, right? So what do? I man up, I picked one side and proceeded to beat the shit out of it because she was going to know that I was right there. Maybe not here. Maybe not here. Definitely not way back there. But right there, that would be my spot forever, okay? Now we're wrapping things up, all right? Rule number 4 of a devil's three-way. Don't linger. This is a one-night stand. I'm sitting there hanging out like we're going to go to breakfast or something. Like, hey, is there going to be any spooning later? And then I realized I'm lingering. Like, oh shit, I got to make an exit. So I grab my stuff, and I'm very polite. I'm like, hey, ma'am, thank you very much. I had a great time. Give her a hug. But this brings me to rule number 5 of a devil's three-way. Never shake hands and half hug a naked man, because your cocks will be touching. I guess it was a hot dog anyway. You guys, thank you very much. You guys have been awesome. Your host, Cozy Stone.
That was fucking awesome.
Mr. Vince Perez. Isn't he adorable? Don't we all want to just take him home and do him? Let's make him happy. Let's take him home and do him. All right, you guys have been wonderful. We have one more act coming up this evening before we bring up Asia and Tommy Rocker. This gentleman Actually, this is the first time that I've had a hypnotist on my show. A hypnotist comedian. So I'm pretty excited about seeing what he does as well. He and his father, so he's a junior. He's originally from Atlanta, Georgia. I asked him why he got involved in comedy. He says because he spent a lot of